Learn what it is that makes your passion. Do not try to be someone else. Starting with just our immigration status, the fact that we didn't speak English, the fact that I became a very young mother unexpectedly. I think one of the hardest things, though, I've ever had to get through is my breast cancer. And it's been 14 years that I'm a survivor. And I don't often talk about it because I don't actually think of myself as a survivor in the classic sense of how breast cancer survivors do. I think of myself as, and I have, other friends who have been through it as well. I think of it more as something that awoke me, if that's a word, awakened me, I guess is a better way. To toxic feelings that I had and thoughts about myself, about my dysfunctional family, not my own personal family, my mother's family, my stepfather's family, and how even though cancer was caused, scientifically, I know why I had breast cancer, it was a very cleansing time for me. I went all the way from the depths of depression and sadness about it to saying, God damn it, I'm going to fight this thing and beat it. I had stage 2. I had just started my job back at KPMG, and I had to tell them I had breast cancer. I didn't have to, but I did. I had just signed my first big contract with my client. I had to go tell them that I was going to be out. So there was a lot of things happening. But I really remember so many days after chemo being in my room in front of a fire because my husband, Glenn, took such good care of me. Most importantly, he kept my mother and my mother-in-law away from me because all they wanted to do was make me feel sad. And I didn't want to feel sad. But I remember spending a lot of that time reaching into personal pain that I had nothing to do with the breast cancer, that had to do with my upbringing, just anger I had with my mother, anger I had about my family situation, just a lot of anger that I had inside of me. And I wrote a journal. And when I haven't thrown it out, although I should, when I go back and read it, the words of anger and angst that I had in there that I had just suppressed for so many years, it was like breast cancer was, and that time was, I freed myself. And I really feel that I came out of that not only grateful and blessed for still being here, but mostly just mentally, emotionally, spiritually, somewhat cleansed. I was so much nicer to my mother after that. I tried to be nicer to my entire family. A lot of anger, I think, had been expressed to them, to my children, to my husband. And I really try to change that. Not that I still don't get, pop off once in a while, but I've really tried to make it my personal life's work to control that side of me. I went to counseling for a long time, and I think it gave, where I was always really strong in my career and in my profession, and people thought, oh, she must not, like, we don't see that other side of her. I tried to put those two things together so that I was at peace and strong and ready to give, both in my personal life and in my professional life. And people often say to me, oh, family's so important to you. And even all that time, when I had all this toxicity inside of me, it still was the number one thing to me, right? And so just having that good feeling of yourself in both situations, I think gives you so much power. And it brings your confidence to a different level in terms of what you're able to do for yourself, for the people that work with you and for you, for your family. And now I think, geez, I think I have something to contribute to the world, and that's what I'm doing.